Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you got to enjoy the weekend, especially Saturday when we were truly spring-like and actually very nice and mild. Of course, that all came crashing to an end yesterday, and today it's all about the snow. So yeah, we are definitely taking a step back into some winter weather here to start off the week, and we've got several chances of winter weather as we head through this week. We knew winter wouldn't let us go this easily, and sure enough, we are looking at some more snow chances, and it may be snowing right now where you are. So let me know in the comments if you're seeing some snow already out there this morning. But again, thanks for joining, everybody. Of course, we are talking about the snow that we are seeing out there for today. It's going to be a pretty snowy day today, especially this afternoon. And while it's been pretty light so far, we've just seen some snow showers here and there. Most of us not seeing a whole lot of winter weather just yet. Notice off to our south in Massachusetts, some of that heavier snowfall, that's going to be moving in here as we head into the next several hours and really ramping up past noon. So really things have been fine up until now, probably still pretty okay through the late morning hours, but by midday, that's when things are expected to turn quite slick and snowy. So let's talk about what we're expecting out there. Again, our radar is fairly active. There's some snow showers out there, especially up in the mountains. Also, if you follow my mouse pointer, again, the heavy snow, that's what's going to be moving in later this morning or really in the early afternoon down to our south. That will be pushing on in as we head through the next several hours. So let's take a look at what we are seeing in terms of temperatures. Notice even though coastal areas are above freezing, we will still get some snow before a turn over to rain later this afternoon. Notice inland areas still well below freezing, so that's where we will see the most snowfall. Places like Lewiston, Freiburg, Rumford, Augusta, all in the 20s still. So again, that's where the snow will be able to accumulate more efficiently. So again, snow today, we're looking ahead to a slick afternoon commute. We've got a winter weather advisory in place that goes through 10 p.m. for that slick commute potential, extending from the mid-coast through central Maine out towards the lakes region. So anywhere from Gorham through Standish out towards Casco and Sebago on the west side of Sebago Lake, or through Raymond, Naples on the east side of Sebago Lake, and all the way up through Bridgeton and up into the Oxford Hills as well, all included in this winter weather advisory. Again, that goes until 10 p.m. Notice Portland area along the York County coastline excluded from that. Not because we're not going to get any snow. I don't think there will be much, but we will get some, just not enough to lead to major problems. But still, everybody has the potential to see some slick travel through the day. So for southern Maine, along the coastline, we will see some steady snow, likely in the early to mid-afternoon. That does mix with and then turns over to rain as we get into the evening hours. So that will bring that slick travel threat to an end, or at least gradually will do so as we head into the evening before things wrap up later tonight. If you're away from the coastline, though, you live in Lewiston, Augusta, you're watching right now from that part of the state, it's all snow there. We're not really expecting any mixing. So that's why we can expect the worst travel conditions there as the snow will be steady now. So Troy is saying, Frosty can go home now or go to Florida and snow on Florida. Yeah, it's always it's always a little bit of a slap, isn't it, when we get snow in late March, especially considering how nice the weather has been overall, I would say, for the month of March so far. So yeah, we kind of knew, or I had a feeling that we would end up tracking some more snow. And hopefully it's just in March, right? We don't want this to be happening in April. So yeah, let's get this last snow out of the way. And hopefully we can start talking about warmer weather as we get into next week. So let's talk about the timing of the system, or really the totals here. Here's what you can expect. Highest totals are away from the coastline. So again, all the areas that I just mentioned under the winter weather advisory, the Route 302 corridor, past Sebago Lake, all the way up through Freiburg, all the way up through the Oxford Hills, Lewiston, Augusta, all included in that 2 to 5 inch range, most getting 3 to 4 inches or so in there. But over towards western Maine, Freiburg into the White Mountains of New Hampshire, would not be surprising to me if we did see a half foot somewhere in that zone. And it's not a light, fluffy, easy to remove snow either. It's going to be very heavy and wet. So be prepared for that today. Don't use caution when you're shoveling. You don't want to throw your back out because this is definitely the kind of snow that has a lot of weight to it, a lot of water to it as well. Now, along the coastline, just expecting a coating to an inch or two along the coast. Probably will still see some heavy snow, some slick travel. It just won't last that long. And again, that turn over to rain along the coast will keep the impacts from being as big as they will be away from the coast. I know we've had a lot of cancellations, delays, early dismissals today. So hopefully the kids get to enjoy some of the snow. Now, Cynthia, good morning from Springvale. Hope you're doing well up there in Springvale. Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the snowfall there. And Davian is saying, how much is Booth Bay? Coating to an inch or two there, as you can see on the map for the mid-coast. So here's a look at the timing. We'll see this really getting in as we head towards midday. So midday today, that's when we will really see that snow developing, and we will see it quite heavy at times through the early afternoon. It looks like 2-3 o'clock or so. It's probably when the snow is heaviest. Notice the dark blues out there. So we will see some of those really heavy snowfall rates that the plows have a hard time keeping up with. And yeah, those roads will get snow covered pretty quickly. So again, expect driving conditions to not be great during the afternoon hours, especially because this is a very wet snow that always just tends to not be great for driving in. So just keep that in mind. Again, the afternoon and the evening commute as well will both be quite impacted. Now here we are, 5:30. Notice we've turned over to rain along the coastline. It's still snow inland, but we have turned over to rain along the coast. And again, that will help to bring some of those impacts to an end. Everything wraps up as we head into the 7-8 o'clock or so time frame, all said and done for most of us by 9 p.m. So after this evening, things really do improve quite a bit, and we will not be dealing with too many lingering problems, I don't think, heading into tomorrow. It doesn't get dramatically cold tonight. It does drop below freezing again, so there will be some refreezing. Definitely want to shovel that driveway, but at the very least, as we get into Tuesday, things do look pretty decent. So for tomorrow, looking ahead to a sunny start in the morning, more clouds in the afternoon. Highs will be near 50 though, so that will help to melt some of the snow. And while it will be fairly mild, I couldn't rule out a rain shower or two during the afternoon. And up in the mountains where it's cooler, maybe another few snow showers moving on through as we head through the day on Tuesday. Now let's talk about later this week. We've got another snow chance. This is going to be coming in on Wednesday. It doesn't look like a major deal at this point, and in fact, models have not been in amazing agreement about this so far, so we're going to continue to watch this, but there is the possibility as a quick moving system passes by offshore that yes, Wednesday afternoon too could also have some slick travel out there with some snow, possibly some rain as well. It doesn't look like a major system, but again, another shot at some wintry weather here as we get into the middle of this week. So we'll be tracking that closely on Wednesday, so stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have a snow map for that later on today. So here's what we're looking at. We've got our Monday storm today. That commute will be slick this afternoon. Another system, then potentially bringing us at least some rain and snow on Wednesday. Does not look like a major deal, but again, some rain and snow is very possible. Beyond that, we are watching the weekend as well. It will also have the chance of some winter weather. So let's talk about what we're expecting by the time when we get to this weekend. We've got a storm system that will be approaching, and this warm front will set up. It will stall out somewhere nearby. Where that ends up happening remains to be seen, but it looks like it would be off to our south, which keeps us on the colder side of things. And yeah, we could see several waves of precipitation Saturday and Sunday. Anything's on the table with that at this point. Doesn't look like a major storm, but light amounts of rain or snow, possibly even some ice as well, possible on Saturday and on Sunday. So we're watching both of those days pretty closely here as we get later into the week. And good morning, Jennifer and Turner, and good morning, Barbie, as well. I know, snow. Barbie was hoping for spring to be here to stay. When it arrives so early in Maine, it's always a false start, I feel like. If it's mild in March, it always is painful when we get snow afterwards. And yeah, that's exactly what happened this month. We'll see what April will bring us. So let's hope we don't have a repeat of last year. No major April snowstorms. I'm hoping we can see 70 degrees in April before we talk about snow once again. That would be really, really nice. And good morning, Dory in Newfield. Hope you're doing well up there and staying warm this morning. So again, Saturday into Sunday, that's our next chance of snow. And for those that have just tuned in, I will also go back and talk about our snow totals for today briefly once again in just a second. So stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about temperatures. Other than the snow early this week, it's actually a fairly seasonable week. We're not expecting 50s really, but 40s expected through Friday. A little cooler by the weekend, as again, we are watching that next chance of some snow. If you're away from the coastline, we are also seeing this similar trend, very seasonable in the 40s through Friday, other than, of course, today, which is pretty chilly. And then beyond that, Saturday brings our next chance of cooler weather and some snowfall. So let's take a look at our 7-day forecast here. We are going to be looking at that potential for the snow today. Again, messy travel through the evening commute. So if you can stay off the roads this afternoon, probably not a bad idea. Beyond that, tomorrow, not too bad. In fact, it's probably our warmest day this week, although really Wednesday or Thursday could end up that way as well, with partly sunny skies. Wednesday, we're watching for the chance for some snow. Not all models in agreement with that. Could just be some rain. Could be not much of anything. But again, we're continuing to monitor Wednesday pretty closely here. And then Thursday, that's our pick of the week. It looks absolutely beautiful with highs in the 40s. 40s expected on Friday as well, with our next chance of some rain or snow, maybe even some icing possible Saturday into Sunday. So again, keeping a close eye on 3 separate days this week, really. Today, of course, Wednesday, and again on Saturday. And if you're away from the coast, again, we are in that weather warn today for the very snowy afternoon that we are expecting. Watching for some rain and snow showers on Wednesday. And again, another shot at that potentially by the weekend. So stay tuned. We have a pretty active week of weather ahead of us. So we'll keep you posted, of course, as each system comes on in. So let's talk about today again. I'm going to go back and bring up our snow map once more here. I wanted to show you guys how much snow we are expecting for today. Again, it's not a blockbuster storm by any means, but certainly will be some decent accumulations in some spots. If we can get that going, there we go. Here's our snow map for today. 2 to 5 inches expected across the interior of the state. So out towards Sebago Lake, the Lewiston area, Augusta, up into the foothills and mountains, the Oxford Hills, all the way through the mountains. So the Route 2 corridor, Route 302 corridor, all included in that. Along the coastline, even down into central York County. Not expecting a ton of snow here. There will be some, and it will probably come down pretty quickly at a decently heavy rate, but it will change over to rain. So that will keep the impacts from being quite so annoying along the coastline here, as again, that milder air takes over and we do start to melt things off on this afternoon and into this evening. So yeah, this is what we're looking at for today. Again, in terms of our snow totals, and again, the evening commute likely to be quite slick. And here's a quick look at timing once again. Really does not really pick up until about noontime onward. And then from there on out, we do see heavy snow in the early afternoon. Through about 3 o'clock, it looks like that's when we're seeing our heaviest snow, with things looking to gradually wind down after that. Of course, we do turn over to rain at the coast, and then everything wraps up as we head later into the night. So by 7, 8, 9 o'clock or so, should be all done. So yes, definitely, maybe not what everybody wants to see this time of year, but at the very least, it's mild tomorrow. It should melt pretty quickly, and it's a quick mover, and it's not, feet of snow. So at the very least, we can try to look on the bright side about it. Even I know many of us are probably tired of winter. I know Steve is saying he is. No more snow, please. I've got metal detecting adventures. I need to dig in the ground. Yeah, we want to keep that ground unfrozen, or at least thaw it some more. So yeah, that's a fun hobby, Steve. I've always wanted to get into that, especially because we've got so many beaches in Maine. I feel like that's a very common thing that people are doing here. But yeah, so stay safe out there this afternoon, everybody. Again, that evening commute will be slick. So, drive carefully out there later on today. It's a slushy, wet snow. So also be careful shoveling. This is the kind of snow that, hurts your back if you are leaning too much into it. So just use caution out there. Use your best judgment, of course. And yeah, we'll keep you posted on the snowfall. We'll keep you updated on CBS13 and on Fox 23 with the snow as it moves through later on today. So, Courtney, one last comment here before we wrap this up. Portsmouth and Coastal York County. Courtney, you're the winner here. If you're not a snow fan, you're really not going to get much here. Maybe a quick coating, and then probably quickly changes to rain. So not too much expected down where you are, Courtney. So again, stay safe out there, everybody, and we'll keep you posted on what to expect with any remaining snow chances later this week. Have a great rest of your Monday, and stay safe and warm.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and